Floating down the creek. Beautiful late summer day. Hoping to find something. That's all we can do is hope. It's been tough lately. Hang around a little bit. Hopefully we're going to find something. I mean, we're just getting started. Going to look at some kind of newer stuff. I think that's what we need, some new stuff. So, well, let's see. Take Billy Outdoors with DW Verts. We'll be back in just a second. Here's one of my magical moment clips that probably nobody wants to watch, but I'm not down to where I intend to arrowhead hunt quite yet. Spend more time at it anyway, but I've been, of course, looking at the bottom as I go along and just fascinating at some of the things I'm seeing. I'm catching a few fish, and it's just amazing how much fun it is just to look. I've seen turkey, I've seen deer, all kinds of fish in the water. Some fish, I don't even know what they were big. They weren't gar, so it's just kind of fun, fascinating. Just me talking to myself. The arrowhead hole is up there, hopefully. So here's what I'm thinking. I've been pretty down about all this because I've spent an awful lot of hours this last year or so since I started this channel. More than usual, more than I have for years, looking for artifacts. I don't think it's going none too good most of the time. And I've realized more and more of late, a lot of it is because of pressure from other folks, especially on these creeks. And the no-till deal in the fields, which is not new, but it's still something for my wife. It's still a big problem. I mean, I've had some of this stuff for years and years, so there's less to find all the time on the surface and in the creeks. And I'm getting pretty bummed out, especially when a couple times just recently I've went a long ways, what feels like a long ways, and find those rock totems and find cigarette butts and broken bottles and fire rings, things like that. So what I did today, and I need to do this on the river more, but it's hard to have access there too. I put the kayak in. I'm at least 3/4 mile down the creek, but the trick to this place is that hole there is deep. I mean 4 or 5 foot deep in places. That's pretty deep for around here. Got a bluff on that side and a farmer's field that's visible from everybody's houses up there on this side. My thinking is maybe I outsmarted, outrun the folks. Maybe. If that makes any sense. If I get down here and find me a fire circle with a bunch of cigarette butts, I'm just going to scream like a banshee and call it good. So I'm a little bummed out. I can't help it. I spent an awful lot of hours looking for my best places. But this isn't just this YouTube. It started several years ago. I started realizing it was getting harder to find stuff, and I didn't realize how much the pressure from people was, but I've realized it here just lately when I go pretty far up into places and find where folks have been there. Now, if I can wade in there, they can wade in there. This here's a little bit different. So that's pretty good whole water. There's another one on past me here. So I'm going to splash around here a little bit in this riffle. I've got about 40 yards of riffle here, shallow water. I'm going to look through it and maybe something will come up. Maybe we've done something right. Visibility's not real good. Everything's kind of greened up, mossed up, and grassed up, but that's okay. Let's look what we can look at. I'm a real positive person, but talking about getting bummed out, going back over the years, I've got gravel bars that I used to, 10, 15 years ago, I would find several points on these bars after every high water event. In other words, they'd restock and recharge. And I'm not trying as hard to get there to be the first one after the high water, which is pretty important. But dadgum, I've got one gravel bar there. It's, well, half-mile long total. Several gravel bars interlaced, and I haven't found one point there in the last 3 years. And yeah, places can dry up, I guess. But I found stuff in that thing for years. And now the first thing you see when you get there is signs that folks have been there. Habitation from other people. The broken bottles and the beer caps and just cigarette butts and fire rings and all these daggum rock totems. I don't get why people stack rocks. I guess I get kids doing it. But I'm finding them stacked rocks way, way, way up creeks. Larry Druitt made a comment, maybe they were smarking where they found points. I don't know why you would do that. I don't get that, but good point, Larry. Maybe that's something, has something to do with it. I don't know. I really don't. Well, the gravel bars are completely scummed over with moss and then got grass on top of it. So they're just, as far as I can see, so that plane just got shot down. That's good though. That keeps other people from finding stuff too, I guess. It's amazing. I mean, this creek's clear. Most of my creeks are pretty clear. But the water over there is so much clearer. As spring comes in, that clear water, you can see it run down through there. That bass swimming along in it. Red horse suckers, little bitty ones, but thought that was something for a second. Just another real pretty flake. Saw that edge sticking up and thought, huh? Look at that. Almost at one time, like it was a work drill though. You know, see the edges, show the edges are worked. I guess, you know what? Well, it's still flat on that side. Who knows? Those edges are both worked though, sure enough. I'll be dadgum. I know it's horrible, y'all, but it's all I got. What a beautiful, delicate little flake. Look at that thing. Purdy. Just glowing in this bottom. So if you're new to this channel, maybe your first video, you're probably going, what? It's the way it is for me. It's just, I show it all. Look at this just beautiful chunk. Look at that thing. Man, they took a swing or three at it to get it cleared up, and they knocked it off, and that's all they ever did with it. Real pretty lithics. I'm not even sure what kind of rock that is. It's not my normal chert. Got a lot of quartz. I don't think it's gasconade chert. Look at that. Just gorgeous. I found 4 now right here in just a few feet from each other, but except, okay, I would say that didn't mean anything but lesson time. There's a ditch right there. There's a ditch it feeds in I've never been into. You see it going up through there? It's that holler. There's a high bank on the other side. That could have something to do with it. I just paddled along here, kind of looking for the next place I want to make a cast. And of course, you always look at the bottom, and that popped up. How's that? It's holy cow! I've never found one exactly like that. Still, is that not cool? It's just scum covered. Better look at it this way. Laying there on the bottom. Well, there you go. Things happen. I mean, it ain't great, but it's sure the heck cool. Look at that thing. I don't know if I clean that up. I'll take some muriatic acid. I'll try some vinegar maybe. I hate to do acid to it. That beveled edge. I'll give you this as kind of a lazy way of looking for points, but when you got the right light, which I kind of got some now, got some sun coming in here, you can sure cover some water and not putting the ripples out like you do walking. So that piece I just found was right over there. And I would just come back up to here looking for a place to fish and just look at the bottom like you should. A lot of stuff to look at. There's just a green scum on a lot of stuff, and that rock was, hadn't been for the shape, I never would have paid any attention to it. I think that's a flake right there, isn't it? Yeah, there's a flake right there. Yeah, that one ain't nothing. This just groovy. I mean, I'm just digging this. That's just a freaking piece of bark. Boy, sure got some shape to it, don't it? Isn't that crazy? Well, take you guys on a journey, and my journeys are usually not all that great, I guess. I maybe wish I had a camera back in the day, but you know what? There's still maybe some days are coming. Well, I'm going to sign off this unless I find something else. Of course, I'll come back on. You'll be seeing somewhere above, it'll be a description right now saying, whoa, wait a minute. It'll say, wait, we're not done. Hold on. Other than that, I'm out of here. I'm Dale Verts, Hickbilly Outdoors. Thanks, y'all. God bless. We'll talk at you later.